We're going to take the North and never give it back.
So that's a good pick. You get the corner. I got to go bold, right? I got to go bold for this.
Yeah, she's got some nice.
Welcome back to the Unbearable Sports Podcast. I'm your host, Brad. Make sure to like and subscribe if you're out there on YouTube, and also rate the show 5 stars everywhere that you get your podcast. What is good, everybody? All 22 Monday. Today, we're going to be breaking down some all 22 tape today based off of our Buffalo Bills absolute obliteration for the Chicago Bears. I think I have everything set up. So as y'all know, if you watch it with us last week, we had a little bit of mishaps, a little bit of hiccups, but I think I got it under control this week. So we will see. I see Drax out there. I see Joe out there. I see Taco Man. What is good, everybody? And also, if this is your first all 22 review, welcome. Pull up a chair, grab yourself a drink, and relax. What we're going to do is, this is my first time going through the tape, so we all watch it together, and we all have our own opinions, whether it's good, whether it's bad, and we just break it all down as we watch it, as we go through it. So yeah, last time I got taken down, so while we were going live, I think I have it figured out, I think I have it fixed, and then if not, I'll close it off, and then we'll have something else, and I will have my review afterwards, and we'll have it all good. Here we go. Cheers, everybody. And let's get the show on the road. So I see Shy Drax out there with this. Yeah, and Drax from James Bond. Love that. And then also, too, yeah, Joe, what is good? And yeah, Drax, I didn't know the wife was a software person. There we go. My type of people. I'm a tech nerd myself. So actually, the way that I'm getting this is a techie SQL or query string way as how I'm getting these the actual all 22 with this, because with preseason games it's weird. So what we'll do first is let's break down the running game. So we'll first kind of attack the running game, kind of inspect the run game overall, just because I know I want to give some time for people to be able to hop on and that we can watch some of the passing, because I know that's what we're really going to be caring about. So let me actually switch this over, and quite frankly, for the running game, let's actually just switch this over to just end zone, because the sideline's okay, but I'd rather just, as we know, it's better to watch the other angle as we're kind of watching the actual run game. So we'll kind of flip this over to the other side. We'll see how this is. All right. First one. This feels official, even though we did it last week for a little bit. Didn't feel this official, ladies and gentlemen. So now it feels good. So here we go. First running play, right? So we'll hit the running plays first, and we'll hit the next. So let's see. I agree, Drax out there. So what we'll do is, so we got 2 up here, hat here, 2 here, 2 here, and then okay. So then you got a little track 2, and then what is Cole supposed to be doing on that? Okay, so so Cole's not supposed to hit him, so they're probably going to say you have him sitting back. Colson's probably going to hit him. You want 2. Then you got Braxton alone on the island. You're hoping they can get up, and that's asking a lot for Cole to be out here. Joe, appreciate the super. Thank you so much, my friend. Cheers. I'll take a little sip for that. Thank you. Yeah. Have I paid YouTube off yet? We'll see. Because if not, like, people do like Patreons. I'll see if I'll do like a free Patreon. It just seems like, it's like, come on, I gotta do free, like a Patreon. I don't even know if you can do a free Patreon or something, but we'll have something. So we'll definitely have something, because these are way too much fun. Just chilling, relaxing, watching some tape. So let's keep on going. So we got the double here. Darnell's doing something, and we got the dump. Good. Darnell at least gets out there. And then boom. First off, I just want to see what Colson does here. That's a solid crap. It's not perfect, but I like that. That's enough. Then what we have here, this guy just overly compensates right there. You got right up the gut. You at least got the 2 blocks. Solid. Could have been better, but that's 5 yards. That's all that you got to do. The running game doesn't have to be perfect. That's all you got to do. All right, so we got Hankins. So this is actually the exact same play. I was like, I know this play. All right, come on. All right, all 22 really, really likes this one. Let's forcefully play the next one. Here we go. Nice. All right, 2 yards. Let's do it. Okay, let me drop that other bit out of the way. There we go. Okay, so same exact play. You got that, except you don't have a puller on this one. So you got your 2 tight ends on one side. And yet I'm curious to see how much they're going to have the tight ends hitting a defensive lineman. Yet again, very big mismatch. 2-2, Braxton out on an island. So then you're kind of looking at this. Okay. That guy right straight up the middle. And then they're actually kind of going to this hand side. Trying to see what they're trying to do. I don't really like this, like, kind of doomed from the start because you got that guy in the hole, that guy in the hole, trying to get to the next level. As you can see, he's already trying to get to that next level. I'm not a big fan of this, honestly. I know that you have the 2. I'm trying to see what they were even thinking about because you have everybody shifting to one side. You got hat, 2, and then you're thinking that, 2, that. But since it's shifting, yeah, I don't necessarily love that. Ron, my friend, what is good? Bear down to you as well. So then we got that. Trying to get, yeah, not the prettiest. But let's see what Hankins does. And honestly, look at that. That's a good little shift. I like that. Hankins RB1. That was good. I mean, the blocking, I don't get what that whole thing was, like what they were trying to situate with that. They were in a good spot, but Hankins, kudos. Yeah, Hankins, kudos for that. It wasn't set up properly. Let's see. We got one tight end here. We got Rome in the slot. Okay. So then you got a little delay out here. You have little pulling with Newman. I'm curious to see how Newman is blocking because Newman I didn't really like. I loved in the pass game. Run block, a whole different situation. So here we got block, hat on a hat, 2. Kind of got that up in the middle, so you're hoping he can get to that next level. If he can hit that crack, then you got that. You should have a good little avenue right up there. Tries to speed over. Good. And then let's try and see what's happening here. Actually, I want to just see. He's on the other side. Pretty good on this side. So no problems here. 2 here, you like to see then Darnell kind of shed, get up. Darnell doesn't necessarily shed it, and because of that, you then have the blocking. But let's see the rookie tight end. Not a great block, not an awesome block, but I think the biggest thing that really kind of disrupts it is this guy right here sticking on his 2, right? And we'll go this when we go into the Bears run blocking, or the Bears when they're run defending. You know, so many times you have 2, and if you got 2 on it, it's always good. Are you pushing him back? Can you get to the next level? Because you got him. Like we said, this should be a perfectly designed, but he's able to stand his ground. Darnell's not able to get off. Then he's able to get that block. All right, then he's able to make the tackle. Still 3 yards. Nothing awful. And now in comes Bagent. We got Britton Brown. Got a little bit of tight end motion. And then now, just to kind of look at who we have out there. Now we got Theo Benedett. Let's definitely look at him. I want to see these guys. Everyone, no offense, 74. Everyone here except for that. And all right, Ron, you pulled the Don Burr. You went Don Burr on the Packers. Good. Let's see what we got here. Okay, I like the complete. You got a little outside or inside zone. You got a little zone scheme here. You got 2 blocks, 2 blocks, 2 blocks. Okay. And then look at this. Man, I was like, look at Newman. That's great. You pass him over to Ozzie. You got this next. And then this was the one thing though that I did see with Newman, and I didn't see the quick feet, as quick a feet as I'd like. But Yeah, like this is like perfect. That's perfectly executed. And then, 10-cent finish. But let's see this one. That's solid. That'll do, pig. That's good. And then let's see, like I said, I can't wait to watch some Theo Benedict blocking tape. And for those that are on the stream right now, we'll be doing the passing a little bit later as people kind of hop on. Look at that. They're just going. And I know they're trying to kind of seal the edge a little bit. That's good. Okay, we have another one of these running concepts. 2 tight ends here. Let's see if they run this exact same concept, if they kind of run side. Okay. I already like this play more. I like that you have everybody shifting in the direction that you're running the football. And then you have Benedict blocking on the backside. Look at that. First off, Mr. Theo, Mr. Canada. Look at that. Thriving in America. Look at that. Just beautiful block by Theo. Let's see what everyone else is doing. That's what I'm distracted about. But I will say, we'll see how the blocking develops, and we'll see kind of how he goes back. And also, yes, FGB. Indeed. Well, let's see what we got with this. And also, too, there was such a limited number of number 1 snaps that I couldn't really even see what Braxton even like really did with the running game, you know? Yes, Michael, FGB. So we got little blocks, everyone kind of shifting down. Everyone's got their guy. They're also like all up on the line, but just like it. I like it. Why? Because we did not do this last year. It's one play. It's with the backups. Super Bowl. So here, really like Bates getting to that next level. Look at that. That's good. Cuts him off there. Sending forward with a solid block. Let's see our boy Ozzy. This kind of... And see, this is what I was talking about. Like, he does have this like little bit of clumsiness. He is a little bit tall. Yeah, not being overly critical or anything like that. Like what Newman was doing with that. And let's see. A7, look at that. Luther. That's right. Getting in on it. But I gotta say, just good. He looks this way. He could have something. You got Lil Walker going that way. But I think he just sees this and you got that backside. Perfect backside cut. Makes a miss. Good play. Good play. All right. See, we'll be flying through some of these. So let's see. Let's just look at the formation. 1 tight end. And I've heard they like a lot of the bunch sets with these pieces. Packer fans hated you saying FGB. I wonder why, man. What show was it on? Was it what show were you on that you were commenting on, Ron? But here, let's see this. So hat. Okay, you got 4 down linemen, 2 linebackers, potentially hat right there. Then, if depending on the scheme, 2 linebackers. So, okay. Got motion. Got motion, and then crack block, like cracking down there. So then this then becomes open. Interesting concept, honestly. Like this sounds so nerdy with this, and some might roll their eyes. We never saw our offense do this. And I haven't seen an offense really do this where, it's not like it's the most revolutionary thing on the face of the planet, but like you don't really see this. And we saw this many times during this game where you saw Luther with a little bit of motion, and they talk about the key with motion. You have the motion, you hit back. Like I said, there's going to be at least 1 linebacker that's free. Now, since you move him in, you go boom, boom, and then you have the corner on the outside. Technically, everyone can then have a hat on somebody, and then you have a corner on the outside that's free. You have the safety that's free then. So it's an interesting take. I mean, you can see down here we only get 4 yards, but Oh, look at that. Okay, Oz. Ozzy shoving. Ozzy and New. Like that. Kind of little pile up right in the middle. And he tries to get Skinny through it. Let's. So, yeah, they do the little double. Kind of handle their stuff. A little bit of a little hole right there. Yeah, but yeah, pancake right there. And then also we got. Ben is just holding the zone on the guy. Like, that's the thing, man. Benedict, because I think the image of Benedict singing in a Speedo is burnt into a lot of our eyes. And I remember being like, that guy ain't in good shape. He looks bigger, man. He looks bigger. Oracle, what's good? Marcus, what's good? Didn't displace 96 well enough. Let's see. I mean, this is also that, Deion Walker, that like huge dude from Kentucky. Honestly, I don't mind it, but yeah, let's see just like kind of, because yeah, you have everything like at the line. So you're really just trying to, I understand why he's trying to get back. 4 yards though. That'll do. Actually, technically, the Bears are saying you need to have 4.5 yards. That's what they're wanting. It's good, Oracle. All right. So, yeah, if you're just joining, we're just doing the run plays first, and then we'll be switching back over to the pass because that's where the magic happened. And then let's see. So, we got this. Got a little Durham Smythe on the. I'm just looking at Benedict. Love that. All right. Why is it -1? All of our plays. First off, I think was it you, Drax, that was talking about the negative plays with this? Yeah. Like with this, like we had so many negative plays back in the day. Now it's like, oh man, we're actually getting positive plays. Didn't know that was a thing you could do with the run game. So let's see. We got 2. Oh man, this guy's flying off the edge. Okay. I remember seeing this live and being like, what is Scott doing? But yeah, Scott would have had a very tough time hitting that. So, and then we're doing a lot of the double blocks, get off, right? Double blocks, get off. All I can tell you is I'm excited to see what Benedict does later on. Yeah, Ron. Yeah, Ron, you're new here. Never heard of you, Ron. And yes, Drax, smash the like. So let's go into this. Okay. All right, so we got a little shift. Zone move. And first off, that's really good because you're able to get here. No, Theo, so close. Of course, I mean, yeah, the guy didn't really disrupt the play, but man, Theo was going for it. I really liked 88 had a good little move to the inside. 74 holding his own. Let's see, Bates trying to get out to it, just not quick enough. Tough little assignment, but I remember seeing a lot of stuff with like Ragnow where they have Ragnow, he's got the quickness to get out there. And honestly, if I'm critiquing this, you see the zone move, you see everybody kind of shift over to their side. This is what you want. You want Bates to be able to, he should be kind of naturally hitting this way. He goes straight at him, kind of takes a slightly bad angle in that little step. Newman, fairly enough, holding his own. I mean, it doesn't look like he's in charge, but let's take a look at Oz. Good stuff from Ozzy. Good stuff, like it. Just like that, get 8 yards. It's running game is like so interesting because like you're doing it, or some might not think it's interesting, but it's just kind of funny because you literally like run the play, and then after you run the play, like sometimes you're like, that like was nothing, and then you look and you're like, oh crap, we got like 8 yards on that. Like we got 8 yards, like just because people held their blocks for slightly longer. Who's better at left tackle? We'll see. Based on just very, very little stuff, Benedict honestly looked like more fluid. I liked the speed of it. Ozzy, with time, I just it wasn't like Ozzy like kind of blew me out of the water as like a big starter. But we'll definitely see with this though. All right, so let's see what we got down here. Different angle, so I always like this angle so much more. Okay. First off, yes, I like that Luther doesn't have that because, yeah, that's not his responsibility. You have the crack back right here. So let's see. You got 2 pulling in motion, so then you want them to try to wipe this out. 74 gets beat up top, which then forces Benedette to kind of then take that on. 74 is on the ground. 71, Ozzy can't really do too much, but like he's essentially doing his job. Let's just see where they exactly are lined up. Yeah. Ozzy's doing his job. Bates is holding his own. They're doing what they need to do. 74 is failing on this. And then you got you got Benedette. I like that block. He's trying his darndest. I don't know if you just want to kind of like try and just keep that block. Like he's trying to almost do a little too much. Fuck. I want to try and follow that, but yet again, 3 yards. Like 3 yards was our average last year. Okay. Running it left. Tight end to what? This is the thing too, like the close to the line of scrimmage, something that they like to do. Okay, got a little zone action. Everybody kind of shifting. So, big key, because I know we had a question up there, about like, gap and zone and other things like that. An easy indication for like a lot of the zone stuff is if like, an easy thing is like if they're all moving in one direction like this. Easy, like, okay, they're running a zone play, left-hand side, block. And let's see. I'm going to first watch the little play there. Guy ends up shedding him right at the last second. So don't love that. 74 with a good block. Bates, good play. And then little right there. Newman getting a little push around. This is the thing. Newman seems like a really nice guy. Like when I've seen him run block, he just seems like a really nice guy in a bad way. Not saying an awful blocker, but just not necessarily like a big time mauler. Ozzy, let's see if you're talking about a big jump there. You'd like to see Newman at least help him out a little bit, but kind of shifts his weight a little bit, and that guy ends up getting the better of Ozzy there. So not 100% great on Ozzy, not 100% his fault. Just not great with 65 and 75 there. And then the guy gets right through. We'll give some wide receiver love. Hopefully we can see a little bit of burden. Ronnie said Hooker should be the starter. We should all just like have fake Lions accounts and be like, love the show, but Hooker should be Have you guys thought about starting Hendon Hooker? Great QB. All right, here we go. This is the play we've seen. Even too, like Alexander, good little block there. There, 74, getting a little whoop. 71. Oh man, Newman, not good for Newman. Good block by Ozzy. I like Ozzy. Ozzy's really kind of pushing forward. So if we're talking about this, good block by Ozzy, bad by Newman yet again. Newman with the runs, yeah. Then obviously this man. But this is like kind of what we saw before, right? When you look at the hats, being able to move this in, interesting that this guy just takes an awful angle. But yet again, if they're playing man, he has to kind of be forced into the inside a little bit. If they're playing zone, then he's at least got a spot. See, I agree with you, Michael. See, I'm not even like a huge Seinfeld fan, but yeah, every time I hear Newman, I think of Seinfeld. Yeah, with a hint of disgust, for sure. It's like I don't get a lot of Seinfeld references, but I get Newman. I get Newman. All right, we got the 2 tight ends on the right-hand side. And nice. Now we're running zone to the right side, right? I love that. That's where I just was so confused that we had this exact formation and we ran it to the left. Switch with the I not a big fan. Block, right? Great. First let's see our boy Theo. God doesn't even want him. God doesn't even want Theo. That's right. 24 solid. Let's see. Bates. So Bates, what are you doing? Wow. Oh man. Bates, you got like 5 inches on the dude. Just freaking lifts him up. And then Newman, yeah, then it's just like absolute collapse. Bates, come on, man. Oh man, if I was like more invested in short form content, I would clip that. That's poof. And then yeah, Newman not much. Ozzy got his don't love the Ozzy thing right there. It's not like Ozzy caused anything bad, but he kind of instantly like gives up that inside position. You kind of expect him to kind of make this little crease right here. Smythe like to put him back, but man, just this dude just blows up Bates. And yet again, 2 yards. Bad feet from 71. Like how he lifted his feet up. Right? Yeah, still an improvement. I mean, yeah, everything that we're seeing, like, it's significantly better than what we saw last year. All right, so got a little pulling, got a little counteraction. So boom, 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 boom. Then heads to the next level. Pop it here. Boom, should be perfect. Right now, everything looks good. Everything looks good. But we can see the 2 yards. So something happens. So first off, I'm going to just look at this left-hand side. Left-hand side is solid. Yep. Linebacker just completely. Yeah. Linebacker just completely shifts over that way. That's where you need someone to kind of get to that. Then he's trying to hit the crackback, and then, yeah. It's not great. Blows up. Smythe at least like identifies it, so you know that he's going to hit the middle. So kudos to Smythe. Honestly, like, I've been critical of Durham Smythe. I like how he at least handled this because he had a linebacker in the hole that had an easy shot. He at least comes back and tries to do something, right? And then you at least give Britton Brown enough room to try and do something. So honestly, kudos to Smythe for talking about how to kind of prevent that. I mean, it's hard because that guy, yet again, if anyone could take on 2 guys, that's what you want to do. So. God bless Ben Johnson. Yes. J2K, what's good? Good afternoon to all. Preemptively hit my mute button as I was getting ready. I've got Wheeler. Okay, so 1 tight end. Zone to the left. Oh man, first off, Mr. Luther Burton. Look at that. Burton getting in and blocking. No one talks about this. Look at that. Love it. Okay. Now let's actually look at what takes place on this play. Got Benedette on the outside. Like Benedette, a little bit of a hold right there. Honestly, really like what Smythe. I really like Smythe's blocks right there. You got the zone, next level. Like Bates getting to that next level. I still like Newman. Newman when it comes to run blocking. Honestly, nothing too great. Yeah, linebacker gets there. Shifting everything. Good pursuit. You're not really going to do a quarterback bootleg. So yeah, you can just do a full-blown run right there. I agree with David right there. Loveland is very promising. I'm excited to see that. Let's see. Raw Chili saying, see a ton of noise around dealing Cole Kmet this offseason. I like the dynamic. Yeah, I 100% agree. Love that. I love the 2 tight end sets. And then 2, you know, we'll go through the passing game, but it feels like Ben Johnson knows how to use 2 tight ends. And it feels like he sees a tight end, like having a 2 tight end set as truly like a mismatch type of opportunity. So I agree. I really like the whole 2 tight end thing. I just think that people get caught up with like, hey, if we trade him, look at all the money we can save. It's like, no, just he's a good, honestly, for the production that you get, he's a good tight end. He's a good tight end for the production, especially production and salary, everything combined together. So let's see. Okay, so let's see. We got a little duo, double. And then 83, yet again. Like we've talked about, this is something that Ben Johnson likes to do, that we've seen already today. You move the wide receiver in motion, you block that, then you get more. I really like that. Because now this guy's just chilling on the outside, especially if like you're doing, if you know that they like to play a lot of zone. A lot of people like to play zone, keep that on the outside. I really, really like that concept. Because then you get an extra blocker in here, and the corner's just going to chill out here. Now, yeah, you're probably not going to be bouncing out. Maybe that's why he doesn't like Swift so much. Because, yeah, if you bounce it to the outside, you're going straight at this guy. But let's see how these blocks break down. I want to first look at the left with Benedette. Nothing really there. Double blocks. Yeah, not really greatly executed. He's got that. He's really just got him engaged. So yeah, there's nothing much that 74 can necessarily do, especially since like you got him lining up at nose. So the center's going to definitely take that. It's going to be tough to try and get to that next level and try to even like move him. So you got the double. This is going to be the key block here. Ozzy, good pass by Ozzy. Honestly, it's not bad there. Smythe just gets bullied to the inside. So I think what you're hoping to do is you're hoping Smythe can at least kind of hold him right here. Get a pop there, pop, right there. But this guy really just blows up the inside. And I think that's like, blows up the inside. Now you just have a defensive back on the outside. Defensive back plays it well. But here's the thing. We still got 6 yards. Love it. Right? It's like, oh, it didn't go absolutely perfectly. 6 yards. Never saw this last year. Never saw this last year. Even with the backups, never saw this last year. All right, so, okay, boom, should go there. Boom, should go there. And then should, cool. Let's see here. Sweet. Okay. What's Wheeler going to do? Stops a little bit, tries to get him off. Okay. Don't necessarily love that from Wheeler. I feel like you could at least like try and get there. The stop didn't necessarily love the little stop from Wheeler. Let's just see some of the other blocks. That's a good block from Scott's just trying to hold him on the outside. I don't mind what Bates is doing there. Like you're trying to hold off a huge dude. Nice. Really like this. We saw a rep, handful of plays ago, losing track, that they didn't pass it off well. Very good job by Newman by at least just keeping that arm out there to just kind of throw Ozzy a bone so Ozzy can at least get to it. Ozzy gets to it. Really like that. Then Newman gets there. Love it. Yes, hit like for positive yards. That was the problem. We did not get enough likes. Agreed, Oracle. Like it did feel like that. It did feel like, Wheeler was kind of, it did feel like a little bit Wheeler to blame. I don't like the Wheeler slander, but it was Wheeler. It definitely, Wheeler could have had, there should have been more yards there. So let's see. Okay. Oh, like our first toss. All right, here we go. Okay. We got Ozzie going to the outside. Oh, man, okay, they're asking Burden to go against the defensive end, Ozzie to go to the outside. I want to just see. Let's see what takes place. Obviously, Burden's not going to take on a defensive end, but at least holds him enough so that you at least get Ozzie. And then now turn your head, go to the next level. Solid. You at least held him enough so that Ozzie could do it. And honestly, look at number 10, man. Look at Scott, dude. Good play. Like it, Scott. Really like that by Scott. Scott makes that play right there. Hold him there. Ozzie with the good block to continue it out. Like, really? Right? Because when you do a toss like this, it's all about what's going on the outside. Credit to Scott. Credit to Burden for holding a little bit. And then Trapillo really does finish this, though, too. He really gets on his guy. And let's see what else. Newman. Newman doesn't get any flowers. 74 doesn't get any flowers. Bates, you can get some flowers. Benedict doesn't look good, but I mean, they're running all the way over there. But they really made that. They really, really, really made that. Just fast hands too low. Oh, he did? Okay, what is my button to go backwards? Let's see if I just broke it or if I made it work. All right. Still in preseason form. So let's see. Oh, yeah, he did. Yep. Yeah, total tug. Good catch. And then, yeah, hence the look back. Look straight back at the ref like, you guys see that? Yeah, Tyler's on the bubble for sure. But man, Scott had a very good block there. All right, so let's see. Block. Okay, you got 86 on the outside. Double blocks there. Trying to get to the other side. Okay. Newman's run blocking, man. Instantly just pops right in. Bad block by Newman. Let's see. Ozzie trying to get to that thing. Ozzie's not the fastest dude. See, this is the thing that I was talking about. Like, you'll see with some of the Benedict stuff. Benedict gets a little fast. Gets a little moving. Block. I mean, that's the thing, man. Look, they are pushing like crazy. That's some perfect blocking that they have on that left-hand side, but Newman just absolutely wrecks that play. Mentally, I said gross, so that's why everybody drinks. Everybody drinks. I haven't been saying gross as much because it's not floose. Those new to the show will be like, what the hell is he talking about? Okay, so we got a little duo action up the middle. Nothing much really happening on this one. Smythe, just everything kind of collapses. Tell you, Scott's at least trying to block. He's at least trying to do something. Yeah, I 100% agree, Oracle. Darnell Mooney. That was the thing that I kept defending Mooney because people were like, he can't block. He's only 180 pounds. It's like, dude, he can. For what you're asking him to do, the size, like, yeah, he was a good blocker. I always hate goal line ones for blocking because it's just like a lot of bodies on the ground. Not a lot else. So let's see. Yeah. It looks like they had a missed assignment. I don't know if they were thinking that because it looks like they had Burden in motion. It seems like either 86 had to hit here or they had to wait until Burden got a little bit closer to hit this guy. That was the problem with this play. Because then this guy's wide open. You see Burden in the motion. If that guy gets hit, talking about something different. Yeah. Oh, 100% Oracle. Like, yeah, he could block. People are like, no, man, he's small. It's like, dude, watch the tape. Let's see. Oh, my God. See, dude, Durham Smythe. That's not like when we signed him and people were like, dude, he's a blocking tight end. It's like, no, he's not. It's because he can't do many other things. It's like when people are like, oh, no, man, he's a run defender. When it's like, well, because he can't rush the passer. It's like, well, Smythe is a very, like, he's a third string tight end. Look at that, just absolutely wrecked. But man, that's just pure heart. Block there on the outside. Just looking at some of the other guys. Newman just whoop. And oh man, that's just that right side. Yet again, Burden. At least Burden hit his block. And kudos to 86. Oh, this is a pass play. All right, so different. I'll change this one up. Just get confused with some of these. Let's see. Let's go back. I think. Nope. Wrong button. This button. There we go. All right. Next one. Come on, man. All right, cool. Here we go. First pass play that resulted in a run. So that means that I selected the wrong one. Normally, I always like to have all the true run plays, then true pass plays. But we'll at least just break this down like an actual pass play. So first off, you got a little offside. Should snap right there. Let's see some of the routes. Let's look up top. Got Alexander. And then you got a little wheel for the tight end. Stumble from the wide receiver. Let's see the other bottom part. Ooh, got him. Now, I know that we didn't live watch like we did before, but the big thing is like when you got Burden, and I said this last time, just throw Burden the ball. Like if you're Bagent, just look at Luther Burden. Boom. Right? Ignore everybody else, especially when you're playing against the backups. Just throw it to Luther Burden. The man's always open. So his progression, it looks like he's trying to look at Alexander, and it looks like what they're trying to do is they clear out this way, you attract him, and then it's because you got one deep, they're playing man to man, they're playing cover one, so you got one in the middle, deep, and then it looks like he wants it, yeah. So it would have worked, you would have kind of had a little clear out, but that's where it's tough because you can tell just by his eyes back here that he wants that route. Doesn't go to the next one. I agree with you, Mike, where it's like the big ego that Burden comes in with, and the fact that he's doing this with other people. I like the fact that he's doing this against the twos and other things like that. But let's check out this pass pro. Yeah, don't love it from Benedette. That's a little Braxton special, where it's like he steps up. Yeah, you got pushed back. Don't love that from Benedette. 74 at least kind of holds his guy, but straight back right there. Bates just kind of gets worked to the outside. Bates is like, you got this, man? And Wheeler's like, yeah, dude, I got it. And then we got stumped to the outside. And I said this last week. Newman, very, very good one-on-one pass blocker. He's struggled last week against the stunt. And then here we have another little stunt problem. 2 rookies, Trapillo on the right side, Newman on the right side as well. So probably not getting a lot of reps. I mean, actually, scratch that. They probably got a lot of reps then together. But that is that is a Chris Morgan special on that right-hand side. So don't love what Bates is doing. Don't love this. Not great at all. Who's 94? Is that Jackson? Let me just... 94. Yeah, Landon Jackson. Yeah, Oracle. Yeah, that's the guy we could have had in the second round. But yeah, that's just straight power and length. That looks like Austin Booker Deluxe. But I mean, Bagent, yet again, Bagent, good job to just get out of there. For sure. All right, now we're back to the runs. The run game. I'll say it that way instead. Oh, I don't want to see this angle. Come on. Oh, now. Play that. Play that. Okay. Do a block. Okay, you really got to get to that next level. Ooh. Don't like the read by Wheeler right there. Wheeler, you got all this. Bad read by Wheeler. You got to trust your block right here because there's not going to be much. I think he sees this, and I think he thinks like, okay, this is going to open up. That's really bold thinking. But even then, yeah, because you can already see Newman is already kind of shifting that way. Carlson, I don't even know what the heck he's doing. Like, your job is to shift down. This guy just flat out like, yeah. I don't know what he's trying to do there. Carlson, bad block. Can't really trust them on that right-hand side. Bad read. That's not a good play. 2 yards, but not a good play. Oh, yeah, Drax. Yeah, that's right. And also, well, I know that there was a question about trading. That's the thing, too. Like, I see all these Bagent pieces. Bagent's a restricted free agent, which means you can put a pretty hefty tenor on him. And yeah, and if someone wants to pay him a whole bunch of money, then yeah, then you get a draft pick for him. Right? Put the highest tenor on him. And if somebody wants to pay him a whole bunch of money, good deal. Right? Otherwise, he'll get a whole bunch of money because backups get a lot of money. So it's not, I don't see it as like a crazy, I think that it's like, yeah, just easy piece. Whatever the highest tenor that you can put on it. I don't know how much they actually go for right now, but even like with Oracle, like a second round tenor. Yeah. Like if you're telling me that you could get a second round pick for Tyson Bagent, awesome. Like, and the dude would have a nice contract. So it's like, it's good for him. Like, it's really good for him, his family. I think it's a win-win. Like, you see how hard the dude works and just got root for him. And you see just how, okay, now we got Karan and Magaji out here now. Got Karan, Glazier. Question, chat. How much do we want to see these? I might just like play them, but we might not say much about this. Like sincere question. How much do we care about these run black snaps? Here, I'll ask a poll so that we don't have to do this, right? How much do we care about the fourth quarter running snaps? A lot, a little, not that much. And see, I have to move things around because the screen's being weird. Not that. Just move on. Start poll. All right. What do we think about this? Let me know, chat. I was just thinking we could watch Karan Amagashi because I feel like okay, there you go, man. He just I don't know. It's something about it. He just looks a little bit awkward out there. I don't know. We could also watch him Ricky Stromberg. What in I went to go grab a drink. Oh man, you know we're in the big old backup area when this is going on. Gross. I'll take that. Touche, Mike. Yeah, I don't mind focusing on Karan just because we haven't seen him. And then someone we need to elect someone to watch Ricky Stromberg. If Broski was here, he would take that. He would he would watch Stromberg with a keen eye. He's a Stromberg. Honestly, Stromberg's been good. Every time that I've watched Stromberg, he's usually been pretty darn good. Also, yeah, like 86 would be someone good to watch. All right. This guy just walks right into it. But yet again, 6 yards. And we're not going to fully break down some of these just because we got some stuff. Got some stuff to go to. Yeah, got 40%, not that much, a little. Yeah, we can just like kind of fly through some of these, get every single play out there. It's part of the brand. This guy. All right, Amagashi. There you go. Nothing bad. Getting out to the outside, hits the block that you need. Stromberg gets on his guy. Yeah, then not love that. Just like just holding 86. Okay. And then next, after this, we'll be going through the quarterback, so stay tuned. We'll be going through the worst, then we'll be going through the best. That's when everyone drops off. It's like, dang. Didn't accomplish what I wanted. Karan, like, thinking, he's like, good. Side. A6 cuts back, good. Glazier didn't ruin the game, so he at least, like, played better from, like, first watch. Actually, like, took a peek at some of the PFF grades, and they graded him pretty well, which I was surprised at. There's some awkwardness to him. 7 holds that. Good stuff. Keep on flying. That pull. Karan just not getting out there. 44% saying just move on. We'll be good there. We'll just kind of keep on playing this and we'll have that then. We'll just kind of fly on through. I guess let me know, chat. What do y'all think about what we saw? Now, as we watch this, we can at least kind of talk about Karan a little bit. My whole thing, the more that this is what I can't even like recall. I think this is like my 4th time. And yeah, so here we go. Amagashi, not looking good there. Not looking good. Great. This is my 4th season watching the Bears and covering the Bears and stuff. And also I've always been a big draft fan. And the thing that I've just like, I'm really believing more and more and more and more now. And here I think we're done. I think we're done here. Let's flip over to the passing. I think we all deserve some passing. And right now, yeah, I think we need that. So let's get into this. Let's switch this over. And I'll flip over so y'all can see my lovely face. And then I will switch things over. And rather than run play, we'll switch it over to pass play. Then I get a little error because it's great. I work my coding magic. Just a reminder for all my programmers, query strings are in fact something that someone can use. Hence what I'm doing with this. It's quarterback time. So it is going to be quarterback time. But the thing that in order to finish my statement though on just the whole Karan Amagaji thing, is the thing that I like learn more and more and more is like the whole concept that you can just draft a tackle later on. Just don't do that. And I've stated this before, but I believe it more and more and more and more, where it's that if you want a left tackle, if you want a right tackle, you have to get that in the first. Yeah, there's rare exceptions, but if you need that, you draft it in the first round because there's only so many humans that are that big and that fast and that agile. And yeah, if you keep trying to get someone in the second, in the third, it's just not going to work because you just don't see those hit as well as like a wide receiver. Wide receivers hit all the time in the second, all the time in the third, all the time in the fourth, all the time in the fifth. And linemen, you don't see. Defensive tackles, you don't see. Defensive ends, you don't see. Left tackles, you don't see. Interior, you do see. And I think that's just the whole point of it, right? So I know, like, because we were talking about tackles all the time with a lot of this, and yeah, it's a gigantic steep drop off. And also, offensive tackles in my draft guide are the only ones I don't put first round, second round grades on. I literally would put like what is it, like literal like could be a starter and just like not. And potential to be a starter. And Karan, I gave a potential to be a starter because there's just such a huge drop off where he has, when coming out, he was someone that had potential to be a starter. It's just when you see some of these tackles, they're awful. They're just not good. And so that's where you're like, he could be something. But I don't think that people really like realize just how bad, just how big of a drop off it is with offensive linemen. So I think like for myself moving forward, I'm really just going to be like, nah, we're not getting offensive linemen unless it's like, if you want to tackle, you can get it like in the fifth, you can get in the sixth to take a shot at some depth that could potentially turn into something. But yeah, because people like want to point to the Eagles and it's like, yeah, just no. Eagles get first round offensive tackles, everything else, not so much. And someone from Australia, right? But let me refresh this real quick and then we'll get going with the offense. Caleb Williams time. Let's get in here. Let me pause. Let me expand. Yeah, and I 100% agree. I think that like Braxton, for all the hate that he does get, the fact that you got there was a thing about Charles Leno, how he literally was like the best 7th round draft pick because you got a starting tackle caliber-esque player. Not saying he's a great tackle or anything like that, but it's just offensive linemen, man. They're very, very hard to find. So, yeah. But let's go with the first one. So with this angle, just so everyone knows, with this first angle, let's look at the wide receivers just to see what routes we're running. Then when we get back to the end zone angle, that's when we'll start looking at some of the, so what I always like to do, look at kind of the routes, then look at kind of where his eyes are at, and then we're going to just kind of like look at the blocking. All right, yet again, got some motion with Loveland. We got 2 tight ends set. Probably going to be seeing this a lot. Come on, internet. All right. Got a little play action. And then, oh yeah, we all know this. Play action boot, easy. Easy, simple concept. You see this a lot. Boot, everyone on one side. Perfect. Broski, what's good, my friend? See you out there in the chat. You missed it, Broski. We were watching some Stromberg. All right, so nothing really to see here with like any of the blocking. This is one of my least favorite things about like the whole boot action. Not really much that we can do with that. Solid. Nothing there. And I agree with Oracle. Still on the menu. I don't care how many day 2 picks you spend on left tackle. You might need a left tackle. Let's see the routes. Now we actually have some legit routes up top. You have Rome just trying to do a little clear out. OZ on the middle. Just freaking 4 verts. Straight up 4 verts. There we go. Ben Johnson playing Madden. And then let's just see the eyes of Caleb. Yep, looking right there. And honestly, man, this is I was seeing this play today. And just the fact that, like, you see this, some people might be like, oh, like Justin Fields, not to pour salt in the wounds. I know some people are still a little bit bitter about this. Justin wouldn't throw this. Like, this is just, you're throwing to the open spot. Because even, like, it's a very vertical route. He's not really kind of going down. That's a very well-placed ball. That's a good throw. That is a very good throw. Agreed. I agree with Oracle, because you just got the whole, like, when you have Loveland, man, dude, Loveland is just fast. Loveland's fast. He's a great route runner. We were watching that tape with him coming out. Very, 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 like, one of the better route runner than Burden, and Burden was like a good route runner, like nothing awful. Let's see Braxton. Nothing bad. Not a bad block from Braxton. Good with Darnell. Look at this. Dahlman heard that he was bad in pass pro, and he took that personal. That is great. Smaller guy taking on big old Deion Walker. Go blocked by Newman. Great pass pro. Great pro. Great spot. Great. Yeah, agreed. What a ball. And yeah, over the middle, I agree with Broski. Perfect. All right. This one, it's funny. Like, I've seen this so many times already that it's like, I know what this is. This is the little whoop. Perfect. Easy. Let's see what everyone else is doing. We got Cole. And look at this. This is the thing that I'm so excited about this offense on. What I'm so excited is that you have Colston freaking Loveland, a tight end, lined up on a defensive back. Because now, and he's out wide. And he can legitimately run out wide routes. So when you're talking about this, like, okay, how do you defend this? If you put a defensive back in, okay, cool. We can move Loveland in line. And Loveland now can be a tight end. So now we can move Loveland in line. So if you're going to put a cornerback on him, then yeah, I like that matchup. And then, like, yeah, then you have Rome on the inside. Like, if you have a linebacker out there, like, it's just such a good mismatch that you have with everyone. Then you have Cole, solid tight end. And then you throw in Burden, who's a playmaker. It's just the weapons that we have. And with Ben, it's just dang exciting. Let's see. Yeah, I do agree. Little tick late with it. You know, up, boom, throw. Good, and just good route. You know, DJ's DJ still. Let's look at some blocking. So yeah, tick late. Agree with that. Getting McVay vibes. Dude, you know it, Drex. You know it. Especially the running game, man. Where it's like, so many times we'd see like a bad running play. And then we're like, oh, we gave up 5 yards. Oh, we gave up 6 yards. All right. First off, Braxton. 2 claps. Good job. Nice. Darnell. Good. Oh, finishing the dude off. Didn't even have to. Love to see that. Jackson. I don't like how he like totally just leaves him up for Dahlman, but man does it. Look at this. Little Newman against Walker. Pass pro. Said, man, he knows he can pass pro. You'll see a different Newman, hopefully. I haven't seen this, but we should see a different Newman. Newman in pass pro is different. Oh, man. Dude, I'm so excited, guys. So excited. Pancake. Agreed, Oracle. fantasy owners. Dude, one of my TSS Fantasy is a fantasy show that I'll usually be on. Good friends of mine. And I wasn't able to make their show this year. Normally I do like a Bears breakdown for like with them. And yeah, I sincerely wouldn't know even what to say about like the tight ends. I've been thinking about doing like a fantasy like little short since those can be a little popular, but yeah, but let's see what we got going on. So overall, you got Loveland up top. Yet again, if Loveland's up top, are you putting a cornerback on him? Because if you have a cornerback on him, you could just run that way. He's going to be blocking a defensive back. Love the mismatch that you can do. The mismatch opportunity with this. Got your wide receivers on the right-hand side. So then what we got here is we got our 3 wide receivers down below. Let's see. First route, quick little OZ. And then, yeah, we know that's going to go down there. Then you got Rome with the little outside there. And my gosh, look at that. Just, oh, I'm happy, guys. I'm happy, guys. The reason why I'm happy is this play makes sense. Do you guys understand? We've had so many plays that don't make sense. That you have somebody that does a little stick route right here. All right, let me switch over. And then you got this right over the middle. You kind of clear that out right in the middle. Like you literally like look at the way that this play is designed, right? And for everyone that watched the all 22s that we had before, there's so many plays that just are the puddle concept, as we joked, right? Like we always had that where it's like you just had you joked about the puddle. It was the same thing that we did over and over and over and over and over and over again. And when they would do these routes, this is perfect for it. Hashtag puddles. Someone's going to tell us it wasn't that, but man, puddles. For those that don't know, it's the flood concept. We joked that it was the flood concept minus 1 extra route, so we called it the puddle. But yeah, you have here short route, perfect zone. Like this is just a zone beating play. They have to come up, and because of that, you have him deep. And if they were to play it deep, you got the short. Makes sense. And then what are you having Rome do? You're having Rome stretch this guy out to the outside, so he has to go all the way out here. DJ has to go deep, so the safety has to keep DJ honest. And it just creates that entire huge pocket. And yeah, backups and stuff like that, but that is a well-designed play. Well-designed, man. Love it. Love it. Yeah, you guys can drink after a pancake. I saw something else out there too that we had out there. Mike saying, do some videos on the Bears tight ends. Just like a film breakdown, you thinking, Mike? Or here we go. So, yet again, this is the Braxton special, right? He wins his rep, but he's like right up against the quarterback, right? It's right there. You don't love it. Technically wins. But hey, that'll do for right now with what we have with the left tackle, man. But yeah, see, you'd like to see it like what Darnell's doing. That's good. Good rep from Darnell. Yet again, look at that. They're trying to get in the face mask of Newman. Dude, Jonah Jackson hasn't blocked a single dude. We got Dahlman. Dahlman's been blocking well. They're all blocking well. Love it. Love it. Yeah, I'll think about that, Mike. Because yeah, I'm thinking about just some like good, maybe some like good little videos with some different aspects. Sounds good. Sounds good, Mike. Yeah, I'll because I think the big thing, it would be nice because I know we've been talking about like the tight ends, just to be able to be like, this is what they're doing with the 2 tight ends, right? Just because like you can do so much with the 2 tight ends. But let's see what we have going on with this, because I know that it ends up blowing up. Let's see what the design is up top. You got DJ trying to break deep, which kind of does. Short route from OZ. I don't know if he wants to get Rome here because, dude, Rome just cooks this guy. We'll look at the out there. Yeah, I think that Rome's probably the guy on this one. They probably wanted to feed Rome. So let's see. And Rome is always open. He is. Dude, Rome is seriously always open with these. But let's break down what ends up happening. So let's see. So that we know that they end up bringing some pressure. So let's see what they end up seeing. So you got 4 down linemen. You got the safety up top. You got the kind of the linebacker creeping in. They end up trying to do this little double block. You want Newman, man. Newman is just like, all right, you know what? You got 35 on this side. I think so. What ends up happening is, to me, Newman should be hitting this. He shouldn't just be giving it purely up to that running back. And maybe I think what he's thinking is that, hey, he's already going to be running to the left-hand side. You're going to be the one that's blocking, right? And then on this side, I think that like legit Wright just believes, hey, I'm going to, like, the running back will take him, even though that it's going this way. So honestly, I think that Wright should be kind of going off because of that. Yeah, that's bad blitz pickup. That blitz pickup, I think that Wright should be out there. And I think when you really kind of break down the play, yet again, now that I'm thinking about it, got the running back that's going on this side. Wright should not be assuming because the running back should be on this side. You have to pick up that guy. Wright misses it, leads to Caleb. Because even then, like, because you'd like Newman, but yeah, the guy's going to be right there. Yeah, that's on Wright. I think if we had to give fault, that's right. But honestly, look at Braxton, man. As all this is happening, look at Cole, too. Cole's holding his own. Just bad things. So, Caleb escapes. Don't hate that ball. I'd like to see that, but yeah, 4 guys blocking 2. JTK agreed. Yep. I agree with Oracle. Like, literally, when I first saw this is that duo block scheme. Because they got the 2 instantly. They go to duo, try to sell it like that. But yeah, it's like, I'm selling it. You sold it. You sold it too well, Darnell. You sold the blocking scheme too well, Darnell. Yeah. Taco Man, I think it's like with like Bagent with Burden. And I mean, we haven't even gotten over to Bagent yet. So go Judah. We're almost over to Bagent, so no worries about that, man. But yeah, like Bagent should just throw it to Luther Burden every single time. And on this, it's like, yeah, just throw it to Rome every single time. But actually, now it's hard because we got so many weapons. Let's see what we got going up. We got a little kind of deep route with Cole. Rome, yeah, and then this is a trail. Yep, you got a little trail concept. You got Rome kind of clearing it out. Nosy. That's the thing, man. That's your wide receiver 3, 4. Love it. Man, actually, I want to go back to the sideline. Get me back to the sideline. But this is just like, let's just see that formation. Yet again, tight end up at the top. They're going to try and create some sort of mismatch because like we got some good tight ends. Got your wide receivers down here. Yet again, like look at the route that OZ does. Kind of does this little out, cuts back in, got the little trail. Because if this is a zone 2, you're trying to take that zone. That's a man beating route, as we clearly see right here. And then even if this is zone, this play would work. Then you got DJ just kind of clearing out on the outside. That's what good play callers do, man. I agree with Oracle, man. I like that. Let's check out the blocking. Braxton's been good, man. I know that there's a lot more pass blocking. The run blocking, we didn't really see too much that like we could say here or there. It's just good. And amen, Oracle. Great point. That route, like, yeah, where someone lines up is so huge. And we saw this in the running game too. Because we saw like with the motions and hiking it at the right time. And because like when you do the motion with on one of those running plays with Luther, like I said, I think that they hiked it a little bit too early because if he was able to move a little bit more, he can hit his guy. So yeah, so much alignment, the when to snap it, because when they're done with their motion, everything that we need. Their DBs are gross. No, their DBs are perfect, Taco Man. See, this is the thing that I really like with Newman. Yeah, he's getting pushed back a little bit, but man, the man's got his guy. Newman's been very, very good. And I mean, people can say backups, but yeah, backups on backups. And Jonah Jackson's still like, man, I ain't going to block anybody. See, that's why they're like, hey, Jackson, we just need you in a spot, right? Ben's like, don't worry. We can trade for Jonah. He's not going to block. Don't worry. Nate Davis is seeing this like, dang, I wish that could be me. No hatred against Jonah, but yeah, agreed, Mike. Newman sticks to his dude. He really does. That's the thing that I really liked about him. Like in the past, that's why in pass pro, he's a different person. When it comes down to run, he just doesn't have the strength. All right, so now we got the new drive. This is when things aren't as perfect. Let's see. We got 3 up top, tight end on the bottom. So kind of just like flip of kind of like what we've been seeing. OZ deep. All right. OZ deep. Out. Gosh. Backup versus DJ. Not even close. And Rome. So my guess is that you have like a double read. Like, you know, if we're talking about the reads, this is just kind of the whole piece, right? First read, then probably second read. Just kind of clearing it out, because then you kind of have the built-in. I enjoy the plays that we're seeing. Because it's like, oh, you can have that. Or if this is a zone, you have the other piece too. Judah, I appreciate it, my friend. Bagent is QB1. I appreciate it. Thank you so much for the super. And yeah, I appreciate it, my friend. And yeah, don't worry. We'll have the Bagent stuff going on, so you can watch this later on and see your Bagent stuff. So anytime he does something, I'll shout you out, Judah. But I appreciate it, my friend. Let's see. And I agree, Oracle. Like, it's good stuff. Let's see this. So let's see what we have. We got a block. Let's see how they pick up this block. So you got 4 at the line of scrimmage, 4 down linemen. You got 2 linebackers at the line of scrimmage, defensive back right up on Cole. Yet again, you got defensive back on Cole. You could be running out of this. Like, that's so cool about all this. So block. And yeah, this was the one where I was like, okay, this was a big beat by Braxton. This was the beat that I remember. Oh, we actually have Newman picking up a stunt. Here we go. That's progress. We'll see how the rest of the game goes. But I think a lot of that's a lot of Dahlman, man. No offense, Newman, but like Dahlman literally passes that off. Been very impressed with what we're seeing with Dahlman. Because pass pro was supposed to be his weak point. Been very, very impressed with Dahlman's pass pro. Jackson passing off the stunt. Good job. Darnell a little shaken, but hey, man, this guy's still holding up. All right. More traditional set. Got tight end here, wide receivers. Any motion? No motion. All right, let's look up top. What's DJ doing? Yeah, as soon as he's got that head down, you're like, okay, he's running deep. Deep cutback. All right. So in the middle. And then at the bottom side, see that Rome's just trying to like almost like clear things out. Little wheel there. All right, let's see where the eyes go. So this is the first one that we actually have to kind of see where the eyes end up going. Okay. Look, okay, so looks like he's looking Loveland's way, and you kind of see this with the zone that they're playing. So they're playing zone, looks like a cover 3, just because you're going boom, you go one deep, and then the way that they're playing right here and the way that he's playing up top. My assumption, not as a former NFL quarterback, but you go, okay, the cover 3, so then you're, looks like they got that. Loveland should be good. Looks like he's looking this way. You got Loveland. You also got DJ right there. Or to me, I would hit Loveland. That's the feeling. Little late. This isn't great on Caleb's part. Boom, right? And I think too, you can see that he's sticking there, little back, but then he starts turning. I don't like that with him. Yeah. It is. Because I feel like a lot of times when you see a mesh concept, like you see that when they cross, you at least have at least one person going. Unless the thing that I have seen with a lot of these like innovative play callers and even like some Ben Johnson stuff is they'll take, for those that don't know, a mesh concept typically is you have two people. Like the idea is that you have Cole continuing his route all the way down, and then Loveland continues his route all the way down here. So you got that going, but then with this, you got like a double sit. But yet again, I think if like you got one sit here, probably not expecting that. Now we can at least track the eyes. He's looking at like nothing. Because I know that Rome's doing that, but Rome's running the route as if like he's not the main guy. Alex is saying JT O'Sullivan talked a fair bit on this one. He's too fast on his drop, so his hitches line up a split second too early. Huh. Like that. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. So thanks for sharing that, because like it does. Because it really is that like, and yeah, it goes back to timing. So you have this, and it really is like, boom, easy completion. And this is probably the number one that they're probably like harping on Caleb on. Like, look, he's open. Ben's like, I got you, man. Don't worry. Everything I do is gold. You don't have to worry about this. Like that's wide open. And then even like DJ even beats his guy. He's like, dude, I'm going against a scrub. You might have forgot. I'm a wide receiver 1. That's the thing. Like I do agree with you, Oracle. I think that he is in fact the primary read. I think that he is. And also too, you can kind of see the body language of the wide receivers when we're looking at the sideline view. DJ was running like he's not the primary read. And it seems like it's Cole to try and get him open. Otherwise, if they spread open, like he goes here, then maybe you can hit Cole. But it seems like it's Colston. So, all right. Now let's look at offensive line. I know these are backups. Defensive linemen, they rotate. This is some of the best blocking I've seen with Braxton in recent memory, with not getting pushed back every single play. Yet again, these are backups. They're like, we're going to put that. But like, I have not seen this much space with Braxton Jones. And eventually he gets pushed back a little bit, but yeah, and Darnell gets a little beat. Darnell just looks looks lazy on this. In the past couple reps, Darnell's looked a little lazy. I know there's questions on his conditioning. But look at our man. Look at Newman. He's like, I don't know how to run block, but man, I know how to pass block. And then Jackson's like, you got it, Dahlman. Dude, he needs to take Drew Dahlman out for food. Because he just like, he literally is like, dude, Dahlman, you got this guy. You got this. He just keeps passing Drew Dahlman everybody. But I got to say, man, like, he might not be great in pass pro, but I mean, in run blocking, but Newman's good. Braxton, solid. We're seeing Wright a little sluggish the past couple of little reps, but before that, man, Wright was great. All right, so let's look at the formation. Got Loveland in line. Smash like. Yes, smash that like. And yeah, iteration of the mesh concept. So we have a little bit of stops right there. But let's see what we got here. Okay. Got the play action. And I think this is just this is the zone. Or this is the screen. Say zone. So screens, unfortunately, this is the whose line is it anyway? And I always like to say this because sometimes for an uninformed viewer, you get pissed off and you say, wait, he's wide open. It's like how the points don't matter. None of these routes really matter because they're going to go here, right? I really don't know many screens where they then ignore the screen and go deep. And the big reason why they don't, just for anyone that wants to know, and this is our first all 22 review, is because a lot of times if you think about it, if you're a blocker, you have to move all the way out. And then as you move out, you don't know really when the running back gets it because you're looking forward. Here. I mean, the guy he gets out there and he just doesn't really necessarily have a throw, but it's not as bad as I originally thought. They just have too much time to get out there. Yeah. Yep. So, not great. But yet again, I think that we also have to pause. The running backs that we have out there are literally not even fourth string. They're the fifth string, sixth string, seventh string that are out there with the starters. So the fact that they're out there, kudos to them, honestly. All right, let's look at what we have for the formation. Got a little Colson Loveland, wide receivers. One thing, too, we have not seen Luther Burden out there. So I think that, not saying he's not going to be a starter, but they just wanted to see these other people, but just wanted to kind of call that out. So let's see. Up top. Man. Swift hurt? I don't think Swift is hurt. I think they just didn't want him out there. Manon guy got a little tweaked. He should be fine. And Roshan's banged up. Pains me as a Texas fan. But yeah, Roshan's banged up. Z. Double curl action. I'm going to start a little poll. This doesn't have anything to do with this. Do you want the Bears to trade for Brian Johnson? Why does Brian Johnson sound wrong? On. Oh, Brian Robinson. Yeah, Brian Johnson. Thank you. It's like generic last name. Thank you. I was like, Johnson sounds wrong. Yes or no? I'm just kind of curious what people think about that. And then we'll get back to grinding the tape. Just interested to see what y'all have to say. From the commies. So let's see what we got here. So yes, this is the drop by. I wish that Odunze had this, man. Routes, the other routes, nothing too crazy. But this is so huge for Rome just because, like, we just hear that connection, man. Do we want the guy from the commies? I gotta say, man, I like the way Dahlman looks like he's in control. That's the thing that I like. This is why, like, just everything that he does, it just seems like he knows what he's doing. yeah, we don't. What's the tariff on them? You know, we got. Some might like that joke, some might not like that joke. Yeah, I don't know. Honestly, watching Brian Robinson, he was a lot better than I thought. He was, like, sincerely, I thought that he played. He was better than I thought. Like, I just watched a little, like, highlight film from him. But I don't love the idea of trading for a running back for 1 year, because then you have to pay them. So, but yeah, cool. That's the Caleb stuff. So right now, you guys are kind of split with just, like, trading for Brian Robinson. I always like to kind of just, like, pause real quick and just kind of, like, discuss what we just saw, just because we were talking about Caleb, and then we'll kind of break down some of the Tyson Bagent pieces. But overall, I liked it. The biggest thing is just seeing the route concepts and really kind of diving into these route concepts and just what Ben Johnson is dialing up. It looks good. It feels good. And two, when we're looking at the pass blocking, like I said, Braxton was very good in blocking. Love to see him against the ones. The Chiefs are going to be playing their guys. He had one bad beat, but other than that, Braxton looked really good. And then two, Drew Dahlman, like I was just saying, Drew Dahlman was at least kind of holding it down and just in control. And that is something that we need to see. And so far from what we're seeing with Newman, obviously we still have to see him with the twos, but Newman, run blocking, not great. Pass blocking, very good. Jonah Jackson did rarely anything out there at the right guard spot. But then we have Darnell Wright. Looked a little lethargic, looked a little tired later on, but also, too, gave up a bad pressure. Should have been out there against the guy. Doesn't look like he got beat, but he actually should have been out there, which then let up the pressure on the rush. So, to me, solid. Just good stuff. Liked the routes. Rome is still good. DJ still good. Colston, you just see the speed that he does have out there. So good stuff. The running game, just as like a little like bookmark with that. Really like the concepts that we're running. Benedette looked good. Ozzie in the running game, solid. Some ups, some downs. Yet again, I think that the big reason why I'm very critical of Ozzie is because for him to be a number one tackle, I would expect a little bit more. Not saying he's bad or anything like that, but as a swing tackle, looks legit. So that's the take. And right now, Brian Robinson, y'all are still kind of right in the middle. So that's my little segue. We'll kind of continue to kind of go into the Tyson Bagent side of things so far, but also just a reminder, hit that like button if you're watching. This is what we like to do after every game the following day, just to break down the tape. So if you like that, subscribe, hit the notification bell, because as everyone knows, I've kind of been going live at crazy things. I'm trying to get into a groove. We'll see. My wife coaches volleyball, so volleyball season is starting up. So I'm trying to get down into a legit time frame. So we'll keep on going though, and we'll keep on grinding. And let's see what y'all are saying out there in the comments. Because I just went on my little monologue real quick. Let's see. Jamal Williams, I don't know how much he has left in the tank. I love his attitude and everything like that. So, and then let's see. Deonta Foreman, he's still out there. Alex is saying my favorite part of these two drives they lined up with. Very good point. That's a very good point, Alex. Just because, 15, 20 seconds. I think, oh God, who was it? Someone actually charted it. And they were constantly going back to the line. Marshawn Lynch, give the man a call. But actually, so Drax, I see with the starters. So we do in fact so I'm excited. Chiefs did say that they're going to have those starters out there. So it seems like Bears should have their starters out there. So that'll be nice, especially since, correct me if I'm wrong, chat, but I don't think this is there's a joint practice this week. There might be. I don't know. And I think the reason why I don't think that there's a joint practice is just because it wasn't out there. But is there a joint practice? If anyone could fact check me on that, I would appreciate that. Just because since it wasn't in Chicago, I didn't see one. But let's see. All right. So we got Bagent. It's Bagent time. So buckle up, Judah. This one's for you, my man. So let's see what we got. So no joint. All right, thank you, Oracle. All right. Okay, guys. I just have to say this because we did not watch tape together last week. This is what I'm talking about with Scott, right? You instantly see the speed, instantly see the pop. That's where it's like, man, dude. But look at this. You got him flying out to really just try and open that up right away. Perfect zone beater. Because this guy can't just completely pass him off and drop him. Love it. Love it. Great play. Let's just look at the Burden route. Route good. And look at this. This is just, you have your run play. You ran a run play similar to this that we saw before. Got Carlson going back. Perfectly, very well disguised. And even then, you still have someone on the outside. Well, anytime that there's an elongated black screen, I always hold my breath a little bit oh man, did we get taken down? Hey, where's the... Come on. We did not see the end zone. Zone. See this? Okay. Yet again, kind of very well disguised as a run play. You're going to see a lot of play actions like this. Benedette's got his guy. Ozzy's got his guy. Very well by Ozzy. Kind of sits back a little bit too. So he can block. Honestly, Durham Smythe. Durham Smythe's got a lot of hate so far today. Running blocking, not a big fan. Good block by him there. And then on this, go block in there. Good. Appreciate it, Mike. I just saw the boost some. Appreciate that, my friend. See Marcus, 5th or 6th for Robinson. It's tough. Because you gotta, if anything, it would be that farther down. Look at this speed, man. I think that's what's so tough is you just see dudes running, and he blocked very well too. OZ, let's check out that, or not OZ. Sorry, I saw small guy with a teens number. Alexander, solid. That was the drop that took ages for them to review. And with this, you're just asking Burden to Trying to run to the outside. Burns not really being to do much. Do not judge him for that route. Smythe with a little block and release. Don't love that play. Hey, Judo, you came back. Here we go. It's Bagent time for you, man. But let's check out this blocking. Oh, man, look at this, Pat. Wheeler, love it. I mean, you take out another blocker, but you take out everybody with it. But hey, you know what? Mattered. Happened. Here we go. Jackson versus Trapillo. I mean, not Trapillo. Benedette, sorry. Yeah, Bagent, because I was like, Bagent went right into him. Well, yeah, he's trying to evade a little bit right there. Benedette's trying to push him out to the outside. Not a fantastic rep by Benedette. Not an awful rep. Not a good rep from Ozzy. That guy goes right by you. Don't love both. Yeah. Bagent with the 6. Hit that like button for sure. Yeah, Bienemy would know him. Good call, Oracle. I never really thought about that connection. He would. Yeah. All right, so let's see. We got Luther down in the slot. And yet again, we have a lot of tight ends at the top of the sets. First one just sees, like that route by Scott. Like that. That was Scott. Thought you'd be cut, but man, that's what you got to do. Really like this route by Alexander as well. Very well ran. Also, too, Bagent looks, throws a little high, still good. Gets it out. At the same time, we've been kind of looking at some of the plays as well. Love this in, love that out. So if you got the in, this is a perfect, love this concept. If you got the in, take it. You got the out. If you don't, then the out's probably good, right? Love it. On the top side. And again, just 2. This also shows that they're playing a zone. So at least zone coverage just because of the format. This is one of the oldest tricks though too in I do this all the time in NCAA and Madden, where you just have a tight end on one side, because then if there's a linebacker on it, then you know that it's man. If it's a defensive back, typically then it's a zone. And even if they end up playing man, if you got someone on the slot, then you're easy. Then it's easy. Because if he sticks with him, then you got him. But love this. Good block. Going against Landon. Ozzy. Don't love it. Also love, I just saw the comment about that, I agree with you, Oracle, a little bit, where it's yeah, fair enough, with Ozzy on that, not this play, but the last play, yeah, technically, he is very, very far back. So, yet again, no eyes on the back of his head. Pass off, held. Good blocking on the interior. Good rep from Benedette. Okay, top. Stop right there. Nothing really going on up at this top point. Nothing going on there. Let's see what the design of this. Just kind of held at the line right down there. And then, yeah, defensive holding. Obvious, because nothing really is going on. let's just see where some of the eyes are, and then we can see it from the other angle. Yeah, everyone's just covered. Kudos to them for coverage. But, man, this is a special play by Bagent, man. This is good. This is good. To the outside. Bad rep from Benedette. That is a beat. That's a beat. Good rep. Ozzy pushed back. Holds his own. Hold his own, though. Right? Newman. The pass pro. The Joe Tooney Jr. 4 holding his own. That's good. Let's just see where the eyes go. I don't really. I think also just because nothing really happened, no one really got open. That's a good play. That's a very, very good play. Okay, top of the routes. Quick. Dude, he's so fast, man. He's so quick. Burton hustling to try to get a block. Then he realizes that, maybe I can't get a block. Got a little rollout. Good stuff. And anytime it's a rollout, usually the blocking, not too much to talk about. Yeah, they did. All right. I do say I really like how Scott just gets out so fast on his breaks. Let's just look at the formation. It again, tight end up top. You got Luther in the slot. Whoop. Full option route. Probably either a stick or out. Yeah, this is where I think this is just a little option. He can either stick. He's got the inside. It's out. Alexander does well. I feel like anytime we see a Durham Smythe route or a Stephen Carlson route, it's just running into the line. Just running into the linebacker. Let's look at some of the linemen. Go block in there. Good rep from Benedette. Other side. Yet again, Trapillo, push back. Good rep. Right? Yet again, this is kind of I hate saying this is kind of like the Braxton dilemma. Push back a decent amount, but stands in front of his guy. But not Luke Newman. Not the great Luke Newman. Pass pro specialist. Bagent has this little cork where he just kind of sometimes opens up a little bit and just kind of dots it like that. Weird little throw. Man, works. Yeah, it's a good throw. A little bit of motion. 2 tight ends set. Wide receivers out wide. I really like this throw. But yet again, we've been talking about bad defensive backs. This guy totally just does not know what he's doing. And yeah, this is Declan Doyle. Yeah. Because what? Declan Doyle's doing this one. Then we had Al Harris doing some of the other pieces as well. Yeah. I always hate rollouts just because there's not much for us to watch because it's usually just people running the same routes. They're just running like this. A very good throw by Bagent. Very good throw by Bagent. Very good patience by Bagent. That is just a really, really well placed ball. Look at that. Nicely placed. Good toes. I mean, Scott's looking good with this. I'm not saying he's a shoo-in now or anything like that, but this is exactly the type of game that Scott needed to put on tape. Oh, man. They're playing off on him. Off zone coverage. Just easy. What else is anyone else doing? Doesn't matter. I haven't watched much of the other, like, I mean, like, because we saw Mike White go out there, against these teams, and just Bagent is good. I think, like, Bagent really is good. And you can't have a backup try to make an open tackle against Luther Burden. I don't care if it's a linebacker. I gotta make him look silly. Yeah, C-Specs. Yeah, Scott's got to be taken off kick return. That's the thing that, like, he's got all the stuff. But would I trust him out there every single down? That's where I'm still like, you're trying your hardest, man. But would I trust you out there every single down? Not so much. Like, I would trust Alexander a little bit more, Interesting little play. Like, I wonder if this wasn't blown up, if there would be something right there. It's an interesting little play. Let's see, Benedette. Yeah. A little awkward little play right there. So how did that guy get so free? Oh, it's a block and release. Yeah, this just, I don't really. I don't get this. Because unless, yeah, I don't get that. Because literally you have someone wide, lined up wide, you block and release, so it's supposed to go to him. But yeah, if it's man-to-man, there's nothing that you can do. That's just, I don't blame Bagent at all for that. Bagent played exactly the way that you're supposed to, because block and release, the guy's right there in your lap. And then let's see this one, because this one, they both ran the exact same route. Goes to 83. Our tight end's just, these backup tight ends, man. Yeah, that blocking scheme, I agree with you. It just made no sense. You can't blame Bagent for that at all. All right. Wheeler trying to hold his own. It's like, man, what happened with this blocking scheme? Second play in a row. Okay, so they end up dropping, defensive lineman in coverage. Okay. Newman goes with him. Wheeler then tries to hold it off. Yeah, that's a unique little blitz that they threw at them in preseason. So, but dude did well. Good fakes out there for him. Let's see down below. New little kind of formation that we got. Let's check out the run it. Like that route by 80. It's a good route. Saw a little Boykin sighting. Did it again. Kind of use that to stretch out the zone a little bit. Have that. As you got the little end. Yeah, this is a lot better than just constantly seeing puddles every single time or little flood concepts where it's like that's all. Seemed like Shane Waldron's like, nah, man, I got this. Got the same concept, the same, diagnose it every time. I'm actually quite impressed with this because you see little turbo, little rep. Benedette, I will say, like, you see some potential with it, but there's like just little tiny reps where he looks like there's little reps that he looks like a backup. There's like that, you can't really quantify. It's just like he's got that backupness, but he's got some really nice little pops to his game. Ozzy's got that, like, he's an NFL veteran, but I don't see it's like the opposite where it's like, I see the veteranness of him, but I don't see like the starterness of him. That's right around him. Yeah. Side. Good. Oh yeah. You're right, Judah. Yeah, like right in the middle. Whew. Yeah, he looks over, hits his first read at least, but man, yeah. That's a good. I think they're probably talking about this later and being like, okay, we have this, but man, look at that. Like, because yeah, if you look there, and that's probably what they'll do next. Like, just watch. We'll see this on the next all 22 and be like, that's the play. Declan will call this. Because yeah, that is like a perfect boom. But still, very well thrown. And again, Bagent's good. No videos available for this play. Let me see about that. You lie, NFL Plus, you lie. All right, let's look down. Let's look at the little formation. Tight end up top. 3 wideouts down below. Tell he wants it. Hey, I was like, that tight end looks good. Well, yeah, Wilson. Like, legit. Wilson runs his routes, gets off his guy. Down here. Little stops. Again, take the easy stuff. Man, yeah, that there could have been a Luther touchdown for like the not this play, but the other play. Let's just see the eyes. Yeah, just that's the thing. Bagent just seems like very like, yeah, just tell me, man. I'll just go out there, play. Again, solid rep from Trapillo. Oh, man. Our boy, Luke Newman. No. The mighty must fall once in a while. He's not perfect. He is a human in pass pro. Yeah, run blocking, different story, but it's the first time we really saw him lose. Good block by Benedette. Good. Very good. Like, look at that little quick route. I like him, man. Like him over like a Carlson. He at least gives you something. Not saying he is as good. Not saying he's like a Colston Loveland. But like if you were looking at the different types of tight ends that you have, out of the backup tight ends that you have, he's the closest thing to that Colston Loveland type of prototype where it's that quicker-esque tight end. Because like Smythe or Carlson don't give you that at all. But let's see what we got up top. Ooh. What you had with Burden, and like what you had with the other side. Let's see, tight end. Flying deep, yet trying to press this zone out, so then you got Burden up there. So you're trying to, yet again, pushing for burden here. Otherwise, probably like shut off, little safety valves right here. Bagent muscling through, trying to get it to Alexander. Like the play design? Yeah, that's right. Expected more penalties, but yeah. Okay. So let's see what they show here. So like they said, like you kind of can see, we can't really see it right on this angle. But there's that little slot right there. Don't expect a lot of slot blitzes in a preseason game. 4 on the line. You don't know what he's going to do. 2 linebackers. Strike it. They've been doing, they were doing this. Like, kudos to them to throw off the backups a little bit. Got the defensive end going back in coverage. Sending the side on this. And then, yeah, so you do not have a little blocking assignment for your running back. So because of this, he looks into the pressure, but yet again, you have a longer developing route over on this side. You got to look at your safety valve. Does a very good job at least just getting it out. Difficult play when you're talking about a backup with backup linemen. Difficult stuff. I like it. Yeah, Big Ben Bagent, like it. That's, yet again, you're supposed to, usually they teach you throw into the pressure. It's very difficult for people to do. You see them looking into the pressure. They have a longer developing route on that side. Your safety valve, your running back is trying to go up the middle. Don't really have that. Your other guy's going on the far left side. So, and also that is probably going to be the read that ends up getting open. Good play by Bagent for him at least getting it off. The fact that he was able to do that, very good play by Bagent. Oh man, did we already have a sack for this next one? Oh, I think we had a penalty. That's why it's so far. So yeah, that's why we're just doing 4 verts. Oh, I didn't want to just cork it. I'd love to see him just bomb it. I do agree with you, Drax. I do feel bad because, like, you just hear that, Ryan Poles literally said, they're like, yeah, he's the hardest working guy in the room. Hello. That's a win, right? Not the prettiest of reps. That's a win for Trapillo. I mean, that's a win for, I'm always going to call him Trapillo because I'm used to Trapillo being left side. Benedette, win. Trapillo, yet again, pushed back. That's a win, though. Pushed back, was still in front of his guy. Newman comes back. Bates, solid. 74, and trying to just gets beat to the inside. Good little stop, but yeah. 74 is the one that opens that up. Yeah, honestly, Oracle, you're right. He could literally be the starter for. No. Yeah, no bombs. I would have loved to see that bomb out there. Yeah, imagine being the backup to Justin, being like, dude, this guy can't read a defense. this guy takes 2 seconds to go through one read. Or three seconds to go through each read. That was the frustrating part when we would watch when I watched Justin Fields film, is like he felt like when he was playing that the game should slow down for him almost. Where he's like, yeah, 1, 2, 3. And you're like, speed up, man. Faster. And then what, he's like 1 and 5. Clear out. They're just trying to protect the stuff, throw it short. Good, right? Just throw it short, does it, gets the yards. Smart. Yeah, exactly. Fields always was 7-on-7, and it's like I think that's the thing. Because like my friends that are like Packer fans, or even like my Vikings fan, my friends that are just fans of like other teams, they'll be like, "Why were you so excited about Fields?" Also, very good rep by Benedette. Chapillo, solid. Great new Luke Newman, solid stuff. A little weird with like Bates trying to get in on it, but yeah, like they were like, "Why did you guys have so much hope for Fields?" And it's like the best way, and I might have said this on my show, like to me, Fields was the perfect Madden quarterback where he has the arm, he's got the speed, he's got everything that you want. You're just like, you just have to learn how to play quarterback. like legitimately, if he just learned how to play quarterback, and it's the process, the processing, he's got so much talent. And I think that's the reason why, like, it's like we have to wait. Maybe he could be into something. And yeah, like if there's any questions, right? If there's any question on him, it's been past the 5 years. So if the Bears were going to keep him, you'd have him going 1 for 5 in a preseason game. Penalty. Oh yeah, illegal shift. Oh yeah, this was just when the end of the half was just. This was where it was gross. Wheeler is just Wheeler with the pass. It just felt like everyone at this very tail end. I felt bad for Bagent because like it felt like no one really wanted to be out there. And yeah, Wilson's trying to block. Just gosh, just a freaking absolute bull rush. Go like by Benedette. So far wide alignment. The thing that I don't like about this seems like they were trying to do like the good old like, hey, we'll double team him. We could take him on. No. Wheeler didn't know what he was doing. Oh, God. Yeah, that wasn't good. But at the same time, too, it's like he's got the wide alignment. You'd like to try and give that over to Newman. So, okay. Receivers at the top. All right, we're in Jade Walker territory, boys and women. Let's see what we got here. Set. Nice. Saw a little run. Wilson. Whoop. Nice. Great. I love to see Caleb with the Chiefs ones, Super Bowl Bears. That's going to be exciting. Oh, man. And here we go. If there was any question as to, is this a 3-person left tackle race? There's your answer. There's your answer right there. Just 1 rep. That's all we needed. Look at that. And then on the other side, my God. Just poor Bagent comes out and he's like, yeah, dude, I could play with the 3s. It's just like, oh, Jesus Christ. Yep. That was a all right, now we got the far stringers in here. Just bad stuff. Like Karan, man. Let's. Now, Bagent, I know Bagent kind of like drops off with this, but hey, I don't know what it is, man. Just something about Karan, even in this, like just doesn't seem right. Just doesn't seem right. Hey, at least if Karan gets cut, he'll probably be out in the chat. You know, diehard Bears fan. Now the thing too, that if you got drafted, let's say hypothetically, like Karana Magaji, diehard Chicago Bears fan, you get drafted by the Bears to try and fix their left tackle position, which has been plaguing this team for quite some time. You go out there and just don't do well. Do you still stay as a Bears fan? Me? Yes. I'd stay as a Bears fan. I don't know about you guys, but yeah, it's the way of life. But also this, I don't really know what's going on there. It seemed like he kind of wanted to get a little bit of both right there. Here, and I will ask you all, what should we do? Keep watching the offense or switch to defense? It's getting to 10 o'clock. Just want to see what y'all have to say. Let me shift this over. God, Miles is sucking it up. Especially defense, getting votes. Just want to see this. Stay a Bears fan? Yes. Stay a Bears fan at FGB. That's the thing. It's the way of life. You know? We've gone through bad things. I would be like, you know what? I still, like, if I was Karan, I'd be like, I played for the Bears. And yeah, it's tough. I think like with this, it's just mainly looking at Karan. I mean, there's a little bit of Stromberg that would be good. I just don't see it with Karan, man. I hate saying it, but it's just like, it's a hard thing to quantify. But it's just, All right, JB Richardson. Where's Jade? See some Jade. I think with this, I'm just kind of keeping eyes out on Jade and JP. Not necessarily looking too much about like what Bagent is doing or like kind of breaking down that like at this current moment. That's actually same thing like when I was watching it before. I wasn't necessarily like looking at the specific breakdowns that he's going through, right? Because especially when you're talking about a backup, you're not expecting your backup to be going through multiple progressions, doing a lot of those things. If they were to start, you know, you're talking about changing around game plans and other things like that. And yes, amen. Drax, make sure to hit that like button. We've had a total of over 500 people already attending this stream. So make sure to hit that like button. If you haven't, make sure to subscribe. Let's see. And also, yeah, if you're new to the channel, we do this after every single game, just kind of break it down. Normally, we're not just breaking down the backups or little out routes like, or a little, you know, completely shift everything over there. Oh, did I say gross? Or are you saying, and we drink as we watch this? Because normally we have to do that to kind of like ice out the pain a little bit with the Bears losing. But with this, big old victory. Nice little. I got you, Drax. I got you, man. Man, Drax, you bringing up 007. Just I don't know if there's anyone out in the chat that played 007 Nightfire. That was whenever I think of 007. That's what I think of. I think of the 007 Nightfire. So actually, question for chat, because I can't add this many. Who's the best Bond? So we'll kind of change topics. Who is the best Bond? Just kind of curious if there's any 007 fans. I know Drax is. Still play Super Power Man, my man. Sean? Here's the thing, because I played like GoldenEye growing up and 007 Nightfire, when I think of Bond, I think of Pierce Brosnan. I always think of him. And I know that that's like a controversial opinion. But like, man, whenever I think of it, because it's like I grew up playing 007. I grew up playing Nightfire. But is he the best? I don't know. Yeah. Connery, Pierce. Yeah. I think that's the thing. I would be curious, like, if Gen Z now will be like Roger Craig, you know. But Roger Craig is actually, or God, is it? No, yeah, Roger Moore's good. Yeah, my wife and I, we were actually rewatching like all the we were like going through all the 007s. Throw out Dot A. Yeah, it's good stuff. Yeah, let's switch over to defense. A lot of us, I think, we're getting to that point. Let's switch over to the defense. Let's watch this. So, let me flip this out. Sorry, Austin Reed and family. I think if we're putting a bow on this overall, because like we were kind of looking at some of the Bagent pieces. Bagent, good quarterback. What we saw out of him, good stuff. Absolutely good stuff. But then the other things, Karan, not a big fan of just what we're seeing with it. And yeah, let me switch over to the defense while I can. Let me do some stuff. But yeah, I just not a big fan of what we're seeing with it. As for the backup tackles, I liked what I saw out of Theo Benedette. You know, still there's some little hiccups. I don't think he's going to overthrow Braxton Jones. Braxton Jones, from what we saw, he was good. And yet again, it was just 2 drives. But Braxton Jones really just had kind of like one big beat, but that was really it. One big beat. Other than that, very good blocking from Braxton Jones today. But then too, Benedette just has some of those little hiccups. I don't see Ozzie overthrowing it either. Yet again, Ozzie, good swing tackle. Keep him in that role, right? That's what you really want to see. And Braxton, please, hopefully he can get back up and look good. But let me see. Let's get in. Dennis Allen time. Indeed. Let's go into passes. Let's go into the passes. Then we can go into the rush stuff. Let's get into some of the passes because then we can kind of see how our coverages look. Let me switch some things over and copy and paste this stuff to make this work. And if anyone else does their own all 22 breakdowns and has their own channel and is curious how I'm doing this for preseason games, let me know. Just hit me up on Twitter. I can tell you. So this is all through NFL Plus, but the reason why is they have been weird with the NFL pros for preseason. So there's ways around it. If you know basic programming. So let's get into here. All right, here we go. I also see Jude out there. Pierce Brosnan. Oh, man. I really is. I think I need to like see all I need to rewatch the 007s again. But yeah, next on my wife and my docket is Band of Brothers. And I have like a nice sound system now. I just got like a new like Sonos sound system for my basement. And so, dude, I'm so pumped for some I've never seen Band of Brothers before, and I love war stuff. So that's something I'm really excited to. So, complete side note, speaking of Band of Brothers, let's look at the Band of Brothers on defense. We got the passing stuff out there. See you later, Judah. Nice hanging out with you tonight. Good day. Have a good one. But yeah, Shy Drax, yeah, subwoofer. Dude, I got the Sonos, what is it? Sonos Ultra soundbar with the Sonos woofer and then the Sonos Era 300s as the speakers. It's epic. it's a full like immersive experience. It is awesome. I was able to sweet talk the wife into getting that for the basement. But the sad part is like with stuff like this, they don't necessarily have all that. But man, it's strongly suggested to anybody. It is sick. But let's see what we got out here. We got some pass plays. So what we'll do, like what we did with the other pass plays, we'll look at some of the coverages that we have out there. But then we got then what we have also is so we'll look at the coverages, and then after that we'll kind of break down the linemen. Also, a good question with the subwoofers. Like for me, subwoofers, the downside is like I watch everything through like the NFL app and like antennas. That's the only negative is like I feel like you don't get like the true 4K. I can still like hear the sound and like the cheers and stuff, but if I really want it, like I don't have like YouTube TV 4K or anything like that, but yeah. So side note, but let's see what we got out here. We got what? Nashon Wright. I'll probably have to pull up like the numbers for this because 25 is Nashon Wright, I believe. Yep, Nashon Wright. Cool. We got that. And let's pop this out. So overall, Nashon kind of following, not great there. Got 24. It's not Buster Screen. It is Nick McLeod. Cool. Oh, yeah, that's right. Nick McLeod's healthy this game. McLeod on the outside. Good little switch in coverage. And good play by McLeod. Let's look at what we got going on, like with the linebackers. Solid little out route, though, or, little bootleg. Going out to the outside. And again, hate it when people scramble out to the outside because then we can't really see what's going on with the D line. Let's see. Dayo Dengbo. See what you do against backups, my man. Oh, man, dude. Running with heavy feet. Look at that. Montez, just that little burst, dude. That's good. Yet again, rolling out to the outside. Not much else that you can really kind of evaluate with that play. Let's see what else we got going on here. Okay. Hey, Sean. Quick screen. Nothing too crazy there. Exact same play the Bears started. And you're like, you know what? It was so good. We'll do it ourselves. I was thinking about this. I'm like, didn't Jervon make a big play? Oh, yeah, we're just watching pass plays first. The good part is, like, dude, they had, like, no snaps. So this will be a lot quicker. And who's 47? So we just signed so many. Oh, yeah, duh. Hippolyte. I was like, what? Who's the defensive back that's 47? Look at Hippolyte, man. Like Hippolyte in coverage out wide. Solid. Don't like the flowers on that little bit, but like, solid coverage throughout it. You know what? This is one Terrell Smith. No, this went down. Sticking with him. A little bit of a push off. I remember that one. More on his guy. Cloud on his guy pretty well. 30. Mike White? This one, the defense. We've just added so many people. Yeah, Alex Cook. I don't know why I was thinking Mike White. I was like, generic name. Alex Cook. Okay, now let's look at this. So, they were really kind of targeting there. Let's see what we had for the line. Overall pressure. Okay, a little bit of a stunt. With Passanio 69. Big Bill. So stunt there too. But a good little collapse. I mean, there's some collapse. Why? Because we got the Big Bill in the middle. All right. Let's see what else we got out here. All right. Okay. Let's see. Nick McLeod up in press coverage. We got Trey Flowers deep. Nashon Wright already out. Okay. So they're just going straight out there. Solid by. Ends up creating it, but he's looking to the side. Again, some cushion. Yet again, playing more off coverage. Tight coverage with McLeod. Guy had a little good route right there. Let's get Hippolyte trying to get there. Solid coverage. Don't hate it. Little pursuit in the middle, or like little aggressiveness right there. All right, let's see how the defensive line looks. So I'm gonna first highlight. Chad, I was not expecting anything. I was like, you know what? If we're gonna look at somebody blitzing, or if we're gonna look at like the pass rush, why not? That is just filthy. Out of all the reps, it looks like, okay, he's gonna go on the outside. Look at that. Just really just pushes right into him and just turns the dude sideways. Gets right to the quarterback, man. That is Austin Booker. Good at football. I saw his pass rush win rate was like 25%. That's a win right there. Chris Williams, nothing to really write home about there. Big Bill, greatest pass rush rep of all time. And then, like I said, I like this. This is where, if you want to put Noah Sewell in a good spot, dude, when he comes downfield, it's got some power to that. Yeah, the good thing is, like, it does seem Booker had that knee injury. It does feel like they was talking about Booker should be healthy, right? Knock on wood. Nothing to see with Flowers. But Cloud's been on his guys decently. I mean, the other one was a little off. Let's see. Yeah. Safety's in like super deep. Able to kind of close in, make the tackle. Solid play. Like, obviously you gave up a catch, but solid. Like the coverage by Hippolyte. Don't mind that at all. Super deep coverage super off coverage by Smith. Solid. Good. I mean, yeah, you gave up 5 yards, but I think Owens with the closing speed, that was good. You're going against Elijah Moore, someone who I know a lot of people really like kind of coming out. All right. And when we're in we'll just call this Booker mode, right? We're just going to watch Booker. When Booker's out, that's probably when we'll stop watching the pass rush. Oh, man. Sometimes you lose some. But, dude, look at Big Bill, man. Just freaking. Like, he doesn't even know why he's out there with these scrubs. Chris Williams, not doing as much. Passing, Now, I'm just going to take the blessing in disguise with some of the banging up of, like, Dominic Robinson and, with Booker. I hope that at least triggers something to be like, if Passanio is your third pass rusher, your fourth pass rusher, I'm not a big fan. I don't know. We'll see how he does, but I just does not excite me as a fourth pass rusher or anything like that. I'd love to see somebody else kind of come in and do something. Right? Hippolyte? I say Hippolyte had some pretty good coverage. It just slows up. Slows up a little bit, but I mean, he's been doing some pretty halfway decent coverages. Very, very good by Noah Sewell. Very impressive to be able to have the speed to keep up with that. And then, oh God, this is why bunch sets are so frustrating, because you're like, okay, who's got who? Let's try and. Because yet again, in Madden, you can just hold down right trigger, shows you everything. In real life, you ain't got that. Is that McLeod? Really like what we've seen with McLeod. Looks like Smith. Okay, yeah, Smith had him. He's just trying to fight through the coverage. I like that you see C30 just kind of come down a little bit. All right, now we're back in Booker mode. Yeah, exactly, Oracle. It's like, yeah, when you get that, create the confusion, try to throw them off, do something. Oh, look at this. He's afraid. Look at that. He's already out. Booker doesn't care. He's already disrupting. Look at that. But it's the pure power. like what Oracle was saying. That strength that he just plays with is just different. Here, I actually even have to go to the last play again. Speed up, and I just got to see the other guys. Yeah, there's no other guy than. Actually, no, we got Billings. Zone. Here we go. Come on. Snap the ball, Mike White. Billings ain't the fastest guy, but the dude he's so strong. Let's see what happens on the other side, too. Passanio runs the hoop. Solid rep. Good job. Gets around his guy. Even Williams, this is the thing. Williams, smaller guy, going to try and penetrate that rep, trying to go more on the outside. Next rep. All right, let's see. We got Trey Flowers up top. So far, McLeod's impressed me. I was not expecting much from McLeod. Nothing too crazy there, though, for McLeod. And not a great. I don't know. Flowers to me, like last game, was not someone that I really trust at defensive back. If we're evaluating all those. Not a great rep from him. Good rep from Moore. Smith trying to stick with him. Honestly, been very impressed with Sewell. Very good. Runs up, sticks with his back. Like it. Really like because Sewell, the coverage has been a question yet again. I mean, we did see him flip his hips and run with a running back. That was very good. But yeah, even that, I really liked it. You saw the aggressiveness of him kind of coming downhill on the play action, but then sticking right with his guy. Really like that. All right, but now let's see. Got some Ruben Hippolyte action on the outside edge, but the guy catches up with him. Pops up. To me, it looks like Booker got a little too excited. Popped up out of his stance a little bit too high. He's just the man. Go. I'm just gonna hit you with. Williams can hit you with the move, but then yeah, a little bit. When you got that weird kind of blocking. Yeah, Sewell. Dude, it's been so nice to see Sewell playing well. He really has. Sewell's been playing great. Okay. Outside. Oh, yeah, and then this, dang. And I mean, he's on his guy. Unfortunate. It's nice to see, because I know one of the questions that I had was backup slot corner, other things like that. And I mean, you got McLeod playing some slot. Like that rep that he played right there. Flowers, I feel like they like to also play a lot of off coverage with. All right, let's check out the zone coverage. Zone's always fun to try and break down. A little bump there. Nothing that we could kind of drive with that too much. Real Bears fan, you said that last week. All right, let's check this out. Now we got Dom Rob out there. Not a win. Little inside stunt action. Solid. At least you got Billings kind of pushing back. Not too much. 23. Who's the newcomer? Jeremiah Walker. That's right. And I think we're getting to the time that we might switch this over. I think like when the linebackers switch out, then that's when we will. Because like the new D-line are out. I know it's getting a little late. Cloud off the edge. Walker in coverage. Allows that. Set on the inside. Hippolyte. And that's a tough little ask of him, but okay, let's see what Sewell's doing here. I like that. Like, Sewell's also a physical dude. I like that. Little smack. Okay. Do I actually want to watch? I want to watch some Cloud. Oh, kind of push off right there. I'm really looking at McLeod just because I think that McLeod got a lot of praise, and also he was out last week. I like what I've been seeing with him so far, at least. And let's see with this. Try to do a little stunt. Just all converge on the middle. All right. Do we have anybody else that we... All right. I think since we are at 10:30, I will switch it over to the run game if everyone is fine with that. And this is the new half with Mitch Trubisky. We'll switch it over to the other side. And since this is preseason, yeah, normally we do every single snap with everything. So let's switch over to the run game. See how that kind of looks. Let me minimize this. Switch this, and we'll go over to the rush. It yells at me that that's incorrect. I copy and paste my magic. Bada bing, bada boom. They literally only ran the ball 13 times. Only 13 run plays. All right, so then with this too, we'll only do end zone. So yeah, if we want to do any others, but see with this, let's pop this open. Switch this up, make sure that we got this going. All right. Let's pop this up and flip on over. All right. Running game time, and we'll get this going. So we got the starters out. First off, kudos to Kevin Byard and also Jaquan Brisker for being out there. Byard, veteran, totally didn't have to be out there. Brisker, injury, slight concern. But let's see. First running play. We are in running mode now. Gotta switch the gears a little bit. All right, let's see. So right now, linebacker showing kind of some good discipline. And also, I just want to see Byard creeping up. Byard kind of coming in on the blitz. And right away, they're trying to just, not hit Javon? I got to give kudos to Javon, even though, yes, unblocked, but dude just runs down the running back. And even here, very well played by Tremaine. And now let's also look at how everyone else kind of handles theirs. Oof, not a good Ladies and gentlemen, that's not a good look for our, $16 million, $17 million guy, a year guy? That's our defensive end. That's a tight end. A backup tight end. Moving him back. Ain't good, man. Ain't good. Calling a spade here, ladies and gents. Yeah, but there's that. But that's a good play by Javon to actually be able to unblocked, yes. But even like Tremaine on that, that's good. Not a good play by, like I said, the very, very expensive guy. Okay. And in these, yes, you could just go straight for the running back because quarterback's probably not going to keep it in preseason. Good discipline by Booker. Tackle. Williams pushed out of the way very easily. Don't love that. Oh, no, that was Billings. Never mind. Chris Williams over there. Come on, Bill. Gotta hold your ground, man. Passanio holding the edge like that. What else? Yeah, big play by Booker. Good stuff. We'll hear a lot more about like all the injuries. Yeah, hopefully by tomorrow. Okay, running. Got Passanio kind of taking the cutback. Solid. Liked Passanio's moves right there. And look, see, this is very good move by Williams to just kind of cut up. Big Bill holds his guy right here. But the cut up right here by Williams, very, very good. Yeah, Passanio on the back. Williams cuts up. Billings got his guy. That's a 3-man tackle. That's a 3-man play right there. That's good. Really good. All right. Let's see what we got here. We have Domrod back in for his limited number of snaps. Okay. Dude, who is this guy? Oh, that's Jackson Hawes. Yeah. That's that rookie tight end. That's big time blocker. That's like day 3 pick. That explains a lot. Dude is just an absolute horse when it comes to blocking. This is why. He's moving defensive ends. That's what he does. Like, but still, the guy's a rookie. You know, I don't love that he's moving your defensive ends like that. Like that is look at that. That is displacing your defense. That's a tight end displacing your defensive end. Dude's good, but also that's not a good look. You got Billings trying to take on 2 guys. They get to that next level. Honestly, great play. Got Terrell Smith coming in, makes a tackle, only for 2 yards. The Bills have this. Like, they really do. Smith just breaks that up. And yeah, Sewell takes on his guy, gets in front of him. Here 2. Like what Williams is doing. Hippolyte kind of holding the back. Great play by Terrell Smith, RIP, with his injury. Like, I think we're all shocked. We'd all be shocked if he plays at all. Yes, absolutely stuffed. Let's see what we got on this one. Okay. Like a weird duo, but they're at least like kind of running up. Chris Williams, again. Chris Williams tries to just he sheds very well. Very good play. Fights off his guy. Let's see Booker on this. Only guy that isn't completely displaced by Jackson Hawes. Dude, Jackson Hawes Sign that guy at left tackle, man. Very impressed with just how he's been blocking. Big Bill. Let's see the linebackers. Sewell at least getting in there like that. Uh-oh, 12 yards. And this was the run defense is when we coined the phrase gross. Because that's when things got really bad. And now we have the backups. Got some Zach Pickens. And right off the jump, they're letting them through here. They got the two guys coming up here. And they're really biting on this. They just get a little bit. And what's everyone else doing? You have the safety coming in on the blitz. Hippolyte is focused on his guy out here. His eyes are not back here. So then you have Power Eccles in the right spot, but he's got someone right up there. And by that time, Eccles gets there, man. He just doesn't make the play. I like that Eccles made the play in the hole, but that's the difference between making the tackle and not. That's a 12-yard game. 12-yard gain should have just been 4, but I like the way that Eccles at least kind of played that hole. Outside. And Chroma just shoots that gap. Shoots it right there. Gets there and good follow-up. Good follow-up, little pressure. Just see what the linebackers are doing. And just track Eccles. Just trying to get there. I like the way that Eccles at least kind of flows with the ball. Good move by Hippolyte. Guys expecting that. Shuts off of him. It's a play. Good stuff. All by Chroma just kind of blowing that up. Like it. And we got some of these backups, but we'll kind of watch some of these because we have I still like Eccles. And we'll also kind of watch a little bit about Pickens. Yet again, they're using the aggressiveness to get them through, kind of to trap them on that side to really then say, let's go on this left-hand side. 5 yards. Where does this? So you got Chroma. How does 30 come in here? Yeah, 30's on the blitz. We're sending lots of safety blitzes. Gets a hand on it. And Eccles finishes the job. Chroma at least kind of comes back into it. Would have liked to see Eccles come down and make that play. Sits back. It's almost like he's waiting for someone else to make the play. Would have liked to see him kind of come down a little bit, but yet again, I think I said this last time, Eccles to me has some good stuff, good flashes. There's just some polish. Yet again, undrafted rookie free agent out of UNC. So, round. Oof. Right there. Yeah, Xavier Watts would have been cool. I mean, Brisker's always tough, though, just because... Brisker's been very, very good out there. But yet again, you have him just for 1 year. You want to draft for the following season, right? Good job by Amen. The thing that's crazy to think of is what if Travion Henderson was there? Could you imagine Travion Henderson as the Bears lead back, and then Luther Burden was that the guy that we ended up getting, and then you draft Ozzie in the third, where kind of a lot of the experts projected him to go, and what you would have had with that, right? But instead, he goes one pick right before the Bears. It's like, oh, man, like that would have been insane. Let's just see some of the displacement. I don't know. With Pickens, we haven't really ground a lot of like the fourth quarter tape and stuff like that. I've never really seen much with Pickens, unfortunately. That's it. Or is that all that's all the run plays? 2 more. So run it this way. See, Pickens is already back. I don't know. I just never see them actually kind of hold the line. My boy Swayze Bozeman. Not a great play overall. Yeah, dude, I can't wait. I can't believe that like the last game is Friday. And then cut day, full week, and then all the way down to Monday. Underground, what else to there? Cool. Woof. Long stream, almost 3 hours long, ladies and gentlemen. Now, there's still some other little pass plays. We'll just leave those off just because, a little bit of pass plays, a little bit of other little plays that are out there. But, ladies and gentlemen, that is the show. That is the stream. And so, we'll be going through that. Probably then Saturday night will be, we play on Friday, hopefully then Saturday night we'll have the tape so that we can review the Chiefs game. We expect the stars to be starting, but make sure if you haven't already to hit that subscribe button, hit the notification bell so you get notified when we go live. Also, download the podcast. This show, I don't actually put out there on the podcast. I'll try and do some sort of like summary or something for the podcast listeners, but then also the people that don't want to watch an entire 3-hour episode, but then you can always go back, see what we were talking about out there. And also you can add this as you work during the day if you want to be able to watch the full 3 hours and just kind of listen in. But thank you all so much. This is always fun. It's always fun to just hang out, chill. These are very just laid back episodes. It's not meant to be a super, super structured podcast or anything like that. It's just us hanging out, having a couple drinks, watching some football. So glad we were able to do this. This is always just a big highlight. And with that, Unbearable Sports Podcast, we are out.
Yeah, she's got some nice long hair and you know that she's a